Happy New Year. Welcome back to the channel. So we're back in the shop. Done a little bit of shopping. So I've got myself a new tool that I'd like to share with you guys. You guys know that I got a tube bender, used one, and it worked out really well. Got some of the pipe I bent. Slight learning curve, but I'll figure it out. What we're going to end up doing with that is doing a couple of cheater pipes, and I'll show you that later on once I get that back out. I actually dismantled it and moved it out of the way. It's actually behind me right now. I'm going to have to find a new home for this thing. In the shop, I'll give you a little bit of an update. In the shop during the holidays, during Christmas and the beginning of the new year, we've been working on upgrading our panel. So the shop is struggling with power, so we're going to get a sub panel put in one of the bays, and it's going to power up some new tools that are coming. And that's going to be some exciting times for us here, or for me here. And we'll share that as we move along with the shop. So there'll definitely be some reorganizing and setting stuff up in the shop with the new tools, and I'm looking forward to it. So right now we've got this guy here. I know a lot of guys do unpacking. I left it open. I haven't had a chance to look at it as of yet, but let's open her up. This does have to do with our pipe bender. Vevor is a company. This is a company that produces a lot of actual tools that are a little bit more reasonable in price. If I'm not mistaken, I think they're out of China. This one doesn't even say it where it's actually made. It doesn't state. Okay, but I'm pretty sure it is. If I'm wrong, guys, let me know. So what this actually is, guys, is a notcher. Since we've got the tube bender, we need something to be able to notch our tubes. Tools. So this has got to be assembled by the looks of it. So what they have done in this instance, in this casing, is there's a light coat of film on it. It feels quite heavy. We'll get a towel to wipe that up. Wow, that's quite a bit of oil on that thing. I guess that's a good idea, so it doesn't rust. I guess during packing and whatnot. All right. Wow, that is really oily. Okay, so let's grab this owner's manual and maybe assembly and see exactly how this thing assembles. So guys, I went ahead and got myself some Allen keys, and I'm kind of figuring out exactly how this thing goes. So there is an adjustment here, so that can sit flush, and you tighten it, kind of clamp it down in that spot. So what I'm actually doing is tightening up this spot here. Here is for the chuck, I guess, that goes back and forth. So what I did is I tried to line up my chuck to that center slot there for the pipe. I may have to adjust that depending on what I'm doing. Now here, there's a guide that goes on here. So we're gonna have to remove this nut. It's pretty straightforward, it's pretty simple. Definitely makes sense. always interesting how they did that. Okay, so, and what I'm assuming is this guy goes in like so, and then let's move it out further, and it's got to go into a slot, a V slot that they've got machined in this. Nice. That goes back in here. I guess that's so it doesn't slip out. What I'll do is I'll get it assembled, then I'll bring you guys in a little closer. So they had the chuck and everything else assembled, which was kind of nice. Didn't have to worry about that. I'll just tighten these guys up. Definitely gonna have to clean it. Don't like working with everything so greasy. That slides pretty smooth. There's no play in that, which is nice. Maybe I should go get my table vise and put it on the table vise and see what it's like. Then what I'll do is I'll bring you guys in and have a look at it. But it's pretty heavy duty. Should be pretty stable, which is nice. Let me grab table vise. So this thing can actually be mounted. Maybe one day I will do that. Mount the vise. I think we're good. There we go. So this will allow me to spin. And if I'm not mistaken, that will sit pretty well where I need it to loosen that. And this guy holds it from moving. There we go. Cool. Okay, so there you go. Let me move around a bit. You can see the front side of this thing, how it actually grabs the pipe. And this thing here, if you loosen it, you can adjust the angle. And there's a gauge down here, which is nice. So this is 1.5 inch pipe. So we're gonna have to find a hole saw that'll cut through that, and we'll give it a shot. And of course, this is to tighten to clamp in the pipe, and those are the V slots I was talking about. So this slides back and forth, so you can bring it closer to the actual pipe, which is nice. So guys, what I went ahead and did here is I took this back out, because what ended up happening, there's a space between this and the thread. And I guess the thickness of this metal is identical to the spacing. And what happened is, as soon as I got some torque to it, the thread went right into the actual bit, and this was loose and spinning. So looking at the instructions, okay, so that washer's already on there. There's my adapter. And then it says that it has an adapter washer, which I did not see in the kit, so I made one. Just a normal washer. Drilled her out, made sure it fit in nice and tight. So let's go and give this a whirl again and see if I can actually get it to work. Push that back. Let me just move that forward just a bit. This way we've got an even cut. And I need something to tighten that up so it doesn't move, of course. Should be okay. All right, let's give it a whirl again. I know I got a little bit of a learning curve on there, but that turned out really well. Now you can change the angle, switch it around, which is awesome. So I'm gonna have to get some hole saws that will work nicely on this unit. But that washer on behind that one worked out really well. But let me grab that little piece that I cut. Nice. Not bad. This has got to be tightened. So there was a little bit of play. Let me turn it this way for a second. It's got to be tightened. This guy. Yeah. Way up. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's get this hole saw off. I think I'm doing it the right way. Nice. How's it? Yeah, good. Get this guy back up. And what I'll do is I'll give this thing a clean up. So the game plan here is I'm going to go ahead and put that washer. If I'm not mistaken, I can unscrew this guy again. We got to make sure we have, so I don't lose them. There we go. I'll give it a clean up. So guys, my overall opinion, it's actually a nice notcher. Did a great job notching that pipe. Even though my hole saw blade wasn't the greatest, it still went through it with ease. It's very well built. It does have a gauge on it, which is important, especially when you're trying to get angles. So I'm quite happy with that. And it didn't cost an arm and a leg. So if you guys are interested in this unit, I'll give you the model number. It's a pipe tubing notcher. So I guess pipe and tube. Model number P as in Paul, N as in Nancy, M as in Mary, 1.5. I'll leave that there so you guys can take a look at it. But overall, I'm happy with the unit. Looking forward to putting the bender and this notcher to work with some of the new projects coming onto the channel. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this short segment. Consider subscribing. It would truly help me out. And if you like, give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching again, guys.